Hey, welcome everyone. I am very happy to invite you today to this conversation that I'm having with a special guest. Her name is Wendy Pritchard Hively. I'm so excited to have her. She's with Charlie Madison Originals, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself, but just the titles, the identity titles already: scientist, entrepreneur, Navy spouse, mom, many other titles that go along. But what I'm really excited about is to have her today to tell us a little bit about herself, about what her mission is with Charlie Madison, how she is helping other military spouses and spouses of service, entrepreneurship, service spouses, and being able to share what we both have in common is just being a Navy spouse and this heartfelt centered service that we all do. So Wendy, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Yeah, it's so fun to have these kind of conversations.
Yeah,
And somebody asked me, they were like, where did you meet Wendy? And I was like, I think it was through one of the other groups or a spouses group
could have
that I
been.
saw you were in this. So tell us a little bit, introduce yourself, who you are, where you live,
Yeah.
family, career, anything you want to share here so our audience can really get to know you.
Okay. Well, my name's Wendy Hively again, and I am a scientist by trade. So I have worked for the federal government for over 30 years now. And entrepreneurship has been my side hustle. So I've kind of done both for at least probably half of my career. Um, I am a veteran Navy spouse. My husband has been retired now for close to 20 years. So it's been a hot minute since we've been active duty. We have two daughters, Charlotte and Madison. And spoiler alert, when you combine their names, you get Charlie Madison. So it's a combination of their names, and it's a nod to family and our belief that no matter whether it's the family we're born into or the family you choose along the way, like so many military families do, that the memories you make are important with those people. So we also have a giving back component with our business. So we have 3 generations and 4 service branches of military in my family. And because of that, we give back 5% of our sales every year to an organization, a military nonprofit organization. And we have tons of collaborations with military nonprofits with custom bracelets. Each of those give back. So we're kind of doing it all. If it pops up and we are interested, we just do it. My husband and I live in just outside DC in Maryland. Our younger daughter, Charlotte, is still in college. The older one is older daughter, Madison, still lives with us, and she is the marketing director for Charlie Madison Originals. So we're not just a military spouse-owned business. We're actually a mother-daughter military family-run business. So there aren't many of us in this space. So we get asked a lot how it's like to work with family, and it's fantastic for us. We love it. So gosh, is that it? I don't know what else you asked me, so I think I'll
Yeah,
just stop
no,
there.
I love that. Such high points here. I know
Yes,
even, we have that theme of once a mill spouse, always a mill spouse,
yes.
and that is such a deep connection. It's so easy to connect with other military spouses because we all get it, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter whether you retired 20 years ago or just yesterday. It's being able to really kind of have that compassion to know this is not an easy lifestyle as a military,
No.
being part of the military and being able to spotlight that service. And you mentioned, being an entrepreneur alongside of your career. How
Yeah.
did you along the way navigate all
Mm.
of that? That must have been interesting and challenging and rewarding all at the same thing.
All of it, all mixed together, tears and good and bad times. But I have to say that I didn't. So really, the business part, the entrepreneurship part, I didn't really start until after my husband was retired. So it
Mhm.
wasn't like we were doing military life and I was working full time and trying to do the business and have small kids. I think that is almost impossible. So my business really took off more when my kids were in the teenage to young adult um,
Mhm.
era. So I didn't have the constant, worry of younger kids and military life, moving at that point. So I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just, it's just my, um, I, I don't know if you're into human design. People do all these things, human
Yeah.
design. So
Yeah.
I love human design and I'm a manifesting generator. And that just means that, are you too?
No, I
No.
remember where I fall. I think I'm the generator.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
manifesting generators are just known for
Hmm.
showing people that you can do multiple things at the same time throughout your life. It's just whatever captures your interest in your heart and it's for you, you do it. And so I think it all made sense to me when I knew that. It's like, that's why I always want to do so many different things. And so um, yeah, it's hard and people ask, how do you do it all? And I think it's that component that
Yeah.
you're just hardwired to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it's so beautiful and it shows through your Charlie Madison originals. If
thank you.
anybody hasn't had a chance to go to the site, we're going to share just a little bit about the collaboration of It's Your Turn in a minute. But looking at the Charlie Madison website, it is beautiful to see all the collaborations, so many. Do you have a number of like how many you've collaborated with over the years? Because there are so many things there, and I love all the
Yeah.
special little designs you've done kind of
You
on the
know,
side.
I'm trying to think. I mean, right now, what you see on our site is just I mean, we don't have all of them anymore because we've just had to phase some of them out.
Yeah.
But I would say, um, gosh, at least 35 to 40 probably over
Wow.
the years. Yeah. I mean, and it's what we do best and it's what we love best. I mean, that's the collaboration part. Just it makes people happy and it also it's not just a selfish thing to help us
Yeah.
get eyes on our business, but honestly, it really helps nonprofits get eyes on what they're doing. They're the one they need so much money just to
Mhm.
run, and that's why to us, my favorite day of the year is when I get to tell a nonprofit that we're sending them a big check. And we just did that recently and we haven't revealed yet who it is. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just the best day.
Yeah. Well, I love that you have a Facebook group, that you have an insiders group where
Yeah.
people can see and really you do such a great job of keeping your community informed of what's going on and the bracelet of the month and giveaways and all kinds
Yeah.
of fun stuff there. So it's so good to see that. And the
Yeah.
piece that really drew to me, not only being a military spouse and mom
Mhm.
combo entrepreneurship, was that giving back.
Yeah.
And that is such a key piece of being able, like you said, the military charities and different charities and nonprofits to give to. So that was, as soon as you said those couple of things, I was like, I need to talk with Wendy and see. So going into kind of, I want to talk about the collaboration that you and
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
for really the It's Your Turn type of
Yeah.
motto mantra.
Yeah.
And I have a
I
couple
know. I have the
in
cards.
here.
I
Oh.
do too. We both have them on today.
I love it. These are so beautiful. And for everybody watching, they come in this beautiful package sachet. And then you open it and you get this beautiful meaning card that has the meaning on it, front and back. And then just the anchor of it's one bracelet sold at a time. So you can stack these with all the different different designs that Wendy has on the site. Um, I love this idea because in coaching, we talk about having something in your world as an anchor,
Yeah.
something to be a reminder of why you in the It's Your Turn component is really looking at why you get to say yes to yourself and
Mhm.
why you get to take care of yourself in this way and take your turn. So as soon as the bracelet idea came up, I was like, yes, this is beautiful. So looking at this, I did not know this until
Mm,
you get alive with somebody else.
yeah.
Tell everybody how you make this and that you like string
Oh,
every
yeah.
You're
Madison and I make every single one. We tie them all and we put, so you can't see on your wrist, but every bracelet has this little leather knot, and it goes perfectly with what you're saying. So the leather knot I love because it's not only a nod to our Navy roots with the, with the knot, but what we like to think of it's also a tie to our community, and it's an anchor to your present moment. So when you slip it on your wrist, and I've had people say this, gosh, I had a tough day and I just looked down at my wrist and it reminded me of the things that were important to me. And that's kind of what we do. It's like tying a yellow ribbon around your finger, but
Mhm.
prettier, So
Yeah.
it kind of brings you back to like the present moment. That's all we have. I mean, we
Mhm.
worry about the past, we worry about the future, but really it's all just, it's not real. The present's all you have. So that's why we've designed them very intentionally so that women can have something to remind them of whatever is in their life at the moment that they're focusing on. Like you're saying with the coaching, you
Mhm.
choose one thing that you're thinking about to remind yourself every day. We all forget. I can't, I get to the end of the day, like, oh my gosh, I forgot to XYZ. I forgot. I just was
Yeah.
just too busy. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. So everybody, I'm sure you can see why this was just such a divine,
Mhm.
we talked about this
Yeah.
before we started recording, is like this divine intervention of just like this brought such a beautiful message together, and just a reminder in our busy world how
Yeah.
we do get to pause and take care of ourselves. So when we think, we have to take care of everybody else first, we need to
Yeah.
pause and say, wait a minute, there's not going to be anything left if I don't fuel myself too. So I
Definitely.
I love that. Well, I love to ask you, and I know prompted you with this
Mhm.
question just kind of as we converse back and forth, but what to you does taking your turn look like for you through your day?
I love this question because like I said to you before, it seemed like before I met you, I was at this point in my life where I was like, you have to take your turn.
Mhm.
And then I met you and I listened to your messaging and I was like, wow, that's just the perfect arrival in my life. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher arrives, and here you were. And so I've been trying to learn to take better care of myself. Not just with the working all the time, but I I'm over 50 now, and
Mhm.
menopause is kicking in, and I know women have in the past not wanted to talk about it, but I'm like, let's talk about this because
Mhm.
nobody wants to share about it, and everything has changed so much, and you have no idea why, and you do everything right that you possibly can, and still you cannot make the changes that you want to happen. And
Mhm.
so it's kind of a matter of re-educating myself. So I'm in that phase. It's my turn, but I have to learn some new things. I have to learn new ways to be the detective about what's wrong, about what feels good, doesn't feel good in
Mhm.
my body. And so it's it's a it's an experiment, which I love because I'm a scientist, but
Yeah.
frustratingly for myself, it is long. It's a marathon. And some days I just let my impatience rule when I feel like I should just give myself a break. It's really, really difficult, and I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so good, and you point out so many great points of how hard it is to say yes to ourselves and
Yeah.
give ourselves that permission to say we get to take care of ourselves. And
Mhm.
just much like, my story was that I hit my wall at the end of my husband's retirement during,
Yes.
and I had no idea I was in perimenopause for the period that I was leading up to that. No providers talked to me about that.
Yeah.
It was one of these things, I was having all these symptoms, and it didn't, now I look back at it and I go, "Oh, they were all connected." And so your point of like educating yourselves is we get to learn when the student is ready. You're
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
looking at that to go, could this be, and using curiosity is something that we always talk about in coaching, and just not being hard on ourselves, releasing judgment, and really tuning into our superpower of awareness and being
Yeah.
able to
Yes.
go, ooh, could this be connected? And where do I get to get support? How do I get to ask for it? You bring up a great point, is like generationally too,
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
menopause was really looked at by our mothers and grandmothers was something so different that
Yes.
our girls are going to have a
Yeah,
totally different experience
they
because
are.
of it. So it's great to see all the things that are starting to happen now
Yeah.
with Women's Health
Hmm.
Initiative. Brian
Yes.
Shriver and Jill Biden have really teamed up and starting to do some more awareness piece. And I just think this is what you're doing, is being able to give yourself those moments. I call them the little slivers in your day where you can say yes to yourself, because that's
Yeah.
where we have to pause. So good to share that. And anything else you want to share?
I just I just hope that we can encourage more women to talk about it and to share, because what frustrates me the most is that much of what we see on social media or just out there that is supposed to be health and wellness related is coming from women who are at least 20 years younger than we are. And what works for them does not work for us. And they don't understand that yet. And
Yeah,
so you can't just say, "Oh, this works for me and hop on my program and we'll talk about it and it change your life." But it doesn't. There's something different. I don't know if we need to start a club or something. I don't know. But um but
yeah,
I'm very curious about how we can change the narrative on that and how we can get more people on board that want to talk about it
yeah.
than say, you're just supposed to endure it quietly like a military spouse. You're supposed to endure it quietly. And
We're
I'm
not
not
quiet
quiet. I'm
anymore.
not
We're
quiet
not
anymore.
quiet anymore. Yeah,
So
this is like, no, we're going to stop this kind of thing. And
yeah,
that honestly brings it back to the book. The It's Your
yeah,
Turn book
yeah,
gives that message of every woman is different. We all have to find the pieces in the puzzle that work for us. What works for one person isn't going to work for another. And so I'm glad you brought that up,
yeah,
because it is so key and important to know that, there are so much different programs, do this, take this
yeah,
medication, all of that.
yeah,
And what I always say is the answer's inside you.
yeah,
It's you learning just what you're saying through that curiosity and
yeah,
learning. And so thank you for your time
yeah,
today. Thank you for this
yeah,
collaboration. It's so beautiful. And I know everybody now, you can see why Wendy and I like connected and just
yeah.
like, we need to talk about this. So it's
Definitely.
so good. So I hope this empowers everyone to take your turn. Visit the Charlie Madison Originals website. We'll put the links all over so you can't miss it, and you'll be able to go ahead and find your anchor. Have your anchor so that when you look at your wrist, you can say, like Wendy said, is this gets to stop and remind me that I get to take care of myself, no
Yeah.
matter what it looks like. So thank you, Wendy.
Thank you so much. I can't wait for your book to come out. I can't wait to read
Oh,
it.
yeah. Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.